Today's horoscope, Scorpio September 9th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The moon spends the day in your sign, and your feelings are more colorful than usual, or at least seem that way. You have a stronger need for acknowledgement and emotional connectedness right now. Still, today's moods and desires seem impermanent, and you're probably right that they won't last long. It can be a bit tricky arriving at a compromise, but it's certainly not out of reach. Not feeling on top of your schedule can make you antsy. Your best bet now is to take on as few demanding activities as possible to avoid the feeling that you're running behind. Try to be gentle in your communications now. Fortunately, your hunger for learning can expand now, and your enthusiasm can take you far. You are one of the most sensitive zodiac signs of all. You can pick up on even the subtlest energetic shifts in life. Today, as the asteroid Pallas soars into the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, you're experiencing a newfound shift. Pallas is tied to courage, wisdom, and strength and aids us in balancing the masculine and the feminine. Embrace further exploration, discovery, truth, and idealism. Travel or learning could be particularly enriching. Turn your attention to these ideas and you may unlock a whole new perception of life, your path, and the journey of humanity. Who will support you? You might be in a mood to focus on having more fun with your job, as the Sun in Virgo opposes Saturn retrograde in Pisces. There could be a desire to pursue a passion project, idea, or hobby in your work life. If you feel strongly about this exciting venture, then you need to align yourself with a supportive community. Friends, peers, colleagues, and more should come together. Consider who is part of this community, so that you can feel confident and courageous taking on a creative endeavor. The planetary alignment gives you the opportunity to bring the exotic into your life. Remember that other cultures can give us insight into ourselves that can light up our lives. Whatever exotic means to you, give it a try. Try to stimulate at least 3 of your senses with something new: taste, sound, smell, etc. The new does not need to disturb the things that give your life structure and regularity. Stick to your usual dietary boundaries while welcoming new ingredients and flavors into your kitchen. Today, you are going to be able to make a situation more concrete and have more weight in your professional life. Don't hesitate to roll up your sleeves, but avoid being sloppy. You need to take responsibility for your decisions and get involved with those you collaborate with a little more. In your emotional life, you will discover the qualities of someone close to you who had left you rather indifferent up to the present. You may even envisage forming a couple with them. It's nice to uncover the hidden treasures of those close to you. As Mars spends his first weekend in your sector of adventure, travel, learning, and discovery since early 2023, there will be no merely paying lip service to the spirit of the weekend. With Saturn challenging old excuses on the playful and creative side of life and important developments unfolding on the home and relationship fronts, a shift has occurred. Additionally, with Mercury in his last full day in your career sector before activities slow down until Mars returns in November, a life dominated by work is losing its allure. There is likely to be a strong sense of nostalgia in the air as Uranus not only spends his first weekend in retrograde motion in your relationship sector but with both planets in your romantic sector already in retrograde motion. With the moon having wrapped up its only visit to a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart while Venus, planet of love, is here yesterday, the nostalgic trip down love's memory lane that she is taking your heart on has just become a lot more interesting. Daily Planetary Overview. On a more personal level, today could stir up feelings of attraction and longing that are hard to ignore. You might find yourself desiring a deeper, more sensual connection in your relationships. It's completely natural to crave intimacy, to want to feel close to someone both physically and emotionally. These desires are part of our human experience. But if you're feeling indecisive, that longing can quickly turn into anxiety. Have you ever felt torn between your deepest desires and the fear of making the wrong choice? It's a tricky balance, and today, you might find yourself wrestling with those very emotions. If you've ever been caught in that push and pull of wanting something but being unsure of how to go about it, you're not alone. Today might bring those feelings to the surface, nudging you to confront them. It's okay to take your time with these Euro. There's no need to rush into decisions just because your emotions feel heightened. Have you noticed that when you give yourself a moment to pause and reflect, the right path often becomes clearer? One thing to watch for today is the temptation to overindulge as a way of coping with these intense emotions. Whether it's food, drink, or distractions like mindless scrolling, it's easy to turn to these comforts when you're feeling uncertain. But staying calm and resisting those impulses is your best bet for managing your feelings in a healthy way. If you find yourself reaching for that extra slice of cake or contemplating a purchase you don't really need, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if this is truly what will make you feel better in the long run. Often, what we need most is just a little space to breathe, a moment to reflect on what's really going on beneath the surface. Despite these emotional challenges, there's also a powerful sense of mental and physical strength running through you today. This is an ideal time to tackle those tough decisions you've been avoiding. Maybe there's been something weighing on your mind for a while, a choice you've been putting off because it feels overwhelming. Today, you have the clarity and courage to face it head on. Take your time to carefully consider all the details before coming to a conclusion, but once you've made your decision, trust yourself. Have you ever made a tough choice, and even though it was difficult, you felt a sense of relief afterward? That's the kind of energy you can tap into today. Once you've made up your mind, stand by it with confidence and avoid second-guessing yourself. On the professional front, your energy and courage are at an all-time high. You have everything you need to achieve your ambitions, but proceed with caution. It's easy to get sidetracked by intricate details that can seem interesting but ultimately distract you from your main goals. Have you ever been so focused on one small part of a project that you lost sight of the bigger picture? Today, try to approach things in a level-headed and sensible way. By concentrating on the most important tasks, you'll avoid unnecessary delays and reach a successful outcome more efficiently. Challenges may arise, but remember, not every difficult situation is as critical as it seems at first. When you're faced with what appears to be a crisis, take a deep breath and react calmly. Emotions can easily flare up in stressful moments, but if you allow yourself to stay grounded, you'll notice that most disturbances blow over without causing any real damage. Have you ever found that after taking a step back and giving yourself some space to breathe, what seemed like a major problem wasn't so overwhelming after all? Today is a reminder that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Just stay calm and collected. As you go through the day, take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How can you navigate today's twists and turns with grace? How can you balance your enthusiasm and dreams with a grounded, realistic approach? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. How do you handle unexpected surprises in your life? And what steps are you taking to turn your dreams into reality? Feel free to share in the comments. Today is full of opportunities, so embrace it with an open heart and a steady mind.